Hi guys, do an actual long format video for the first time in quite a while, and instead of talking about things that I do know about drum set or classical percussion or rudimental percussion, which I think is quite a bit, but I'm going to talk about things I don't know because there's plenty of that as well. And I'm putting out a book in about 5 months called Rudimental Grand Tour. If you've checked into my community tab posts, you've probably seen the cover of it go by. And it's going to be about 22 different international rudimental traditions, which sounds like a ton, but unfortunately that's not everything that ever existed in history. And being semi-insane like I am, I really would like to know about everything that ever happened in rudimental drumming history in any part of the world. That would be cool to know. And I don't know if I ever will, but I'm working on it. So besides the 22 countries that are in that book, which include the big ones, America, France, Scotland, Britain, Switzerland, and some tiny ones that most people haven't heard of, like, I don't know, there's 3 or 4 different traditions in Italy, there's folk drumming of Norway, things that nobody really ever talks about. But there's still stuff that I don't know anything about. A good example of this in Europe is Portuguese drumming. I know it existed, I've seen references to it, but I've never seen any music for it. So I can't say anything intelligent about it. Another one that I only know a tiny bit about is the folk drumming of Bajo Aragon, which is a rudimental style. It uses rolls, drags, flams, the same rudimental stuff, but I've only seen one website that actually gives you notation, and I've watched a few things on YouTube about it, but I don't really know anything about it. There are also countries in Europe for which I don't know if there even was drumming, like Poland or the Czech Republic or Slovakia or Slovenia or the Baltic states. I have no idea. Okay, so if you know, put a comment or email me or hit me up on Facebook because I'd like to know. I have no idea at all. If we go to the Americas, I know about the United States, Mexico, a little bit about Colombia and Argentina, and just enough to know that I don't know about Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, Brazil, Chile, Venezuela, and potentially even other countries. A lot of colonial powers left their rudimental drumming behind in the Americas when they went back to Europe. Obviously the British here with America and Canada, and then the French and the Spanish were the other 2 main ones, and the Portuguese. All of their colonial possessions had, at least for a tiny portion of history, some rudimental style, whether it was like just the Spanish or Portuguese style rehashed, or whether it was different, depends on the country. Sometimes there's like a weird mixture, like in Colombia, they have a lot of French influence, and in Argentina, they don't. It's not, or not as much. It's kind of a weird mixture. Anyway, there's all these countries in South America that had some type of rudimental drumming at some point, but I don't know about it because all I can find is a reference to the names of pieces and the fact that there were drummers, but not what the drummers played. So if you know anything about the rudimental drumming of South America or Central America, again, let me know. I would be interested to know. Obviously they have really cool hand drumming, folk drumming, traditions, what we call Latin percussion, right? From the sort of mixture of indigenous and African roots, which is cool, and I know a little bit about some of that. But what I'm interested in, of course, is rudimental drumming in the sort of Western European style, which would have been imported entirely, but they fractionated, they differentiated, and sometimes it does become its own thing over here. So that's a lot of stuff that I don't know. There are not as many countries on that list of things I don't know as things I do, but some of the countries that I know about, I don't know that much about. So if you think you know something about a relatively unknown rudimental style, please, again, hit me up. Look for my book in about November from Mel Bay. It's called Rudimental Grand Tour. And it's kind of a big deal, first book with Mel Bay, and it will have 22 different countries and lots of rudiments. It'll have musical examples, and it'll have some history, and it'll have some of the original sources cited so you could go back and look yourself, and it'll be pretty cool. So if you have any questions or anything to tell me that I have questions about, again, hit me up. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.